Hello and welcome. I am Scarperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are with Quintessence Lass, our level 3 Dark Melee Energy Aura Brute, who is in Atlas Park working on our first story arc. I do want to talk a little bit about her costume, as you can see here. I know it looks like she's got kind of lightning here. I wanted some sort of a dark energy. Her powers are purple and black. The dark melee is black, and I made her energy aura stuff purple with some black in it. And so I said, well, I want to imagine like the dark energy of the universe, and what would it look like? Well, I think it would look like these purple lines of energy. So I know it looks sort of like lightning, but I sort of imagine these being like the around the outside of a black hole as it's reaching the tendrils of gravity and stuff into space. I know gravity and dark energy aren't the same thing, but I have to picture it somehow since it's invisible. I also gave her the lambda symbol, the Greek letter lambda, on her chest, and the reason for that is that lambda is one of the symbols used in the calculations for dark energy. It's not the quintessence symbol, I don't think, which of course she would know. There are several theories of dark energy, and there's the lambda, I think it's lambda CDM or something, and that's where the lambda symbol comes from. I didn't want to call her lambda CDM Lass, so I thought Quintessence Lass sounded better, and we'll just ignore the fact that maybe it's not the right symbol. She's a physicist, so she would be using mathematical equations or something on her for her symbolism. So I think that works pretty well. So we're level 3. We have 661 XP, and this sounds very weird because I'm used to talking about millions of XP from Nightmare Lass. And she needs 364 to get to level 4, and her next superpower, which will probably be a defense power, her passive or something. We have a mission to go find a Hellion informant who has the plans that we need. And so we have to defeat this person. And, gosh, it's early in the morning, and it's probably too bright to play this game, but I was up playing it late last night because I'm just so excited to be back to playing a melee character. I love playing scrappers, and I love playing brutes, and we got attacked because I've forgotten that we are low level and everything's going to attack us, even the blue cons. And we don't have super jump, and we don't have invisibility or stealth or any way to avoid getting attacked as soon as we get seen. Are we going to get attacked? We'll probably get attacked here. We have to fight these guys anyway. So that's an AoE, but the informant here was a little too far away. And Guy, you need to get out of the street because we're going to get hit by a car while we're doing this. And that guy aggroed to me too. And that's fine. Go ahead and shoot at me. It just builds fury. We do have some bonus rewards. I can show you them. I don't know if I'm going to pull them out. They do make your attack cycle go a little better, but it's also not the way that the game used to play, and you guys know me, I'm all about the old school way of playing the game. But we do have some additional powers that I got from veteran rewards. Somewhere in here we should have them. Well, okay, this isn't the place to look. We have the Sands of Mu somewhere in here. Or we should have it, because I just picked it up twice. No, Sands of Mu and also a Nemesis Staff. And I think a Ghost Slaying Axe. By the way, having got to higher level, we now have 2 rows of inspirations. Eventually we'll have 2 rows of 5. And I'm going to just keep beating these guys up because it's fun. Alright, let's get away from these guys and away from the spawn. And let me take a look at these powers here. Yep, so there's a Ghost Slaying Axe, there's a Nemesis Staff, and there are Sands of Mu. Now, the thing I don't like about Sands of Mu, I mean, it's cool because they give you a similar animation to the Dark Melee, but I don't want something else stealing the thunder of my power. Alright, so we're pretending to be a Hellion here, and what we have to do is go and look for evidence of what the Hellions are going to do next. So, as long as we don't attack anybody, which I don't think we can do, we're good. Notice they have some symbols on the floor. Again, as I always say with this game, lots of great detail. Look at the detailing. All the stuff on the shelves. I mean, somebody had to go in here and individually place all of these things. And they made sure they weren't lined up. They look, sort of raggedly put on there, so it's obviously not neat. And this looks like a real warehouse. I mean, they did such a nice job with this game. The one thing they did is they obviously made the ceilings in most buildings way higher than they would be in real life. They found reasons why it would be like that, so in here it would be like this. And they do that so you can pull the camera away and get a nicer sense of the battle. This was all very cleverly and nicely done. Alright, so we sift through and we find that they're going to do a Ritual of Souls. And now we're going to take off. Aesthetically and mechanically, they did so many things right with this game. And I think one of the things that frustrates me, and I've mentioned this in other playthroughs, is that some of the things they got so right with this game were just ignored by the gaming industry and never copied, and that's a shame, because the gaming industry could use some of the techniques they have here in City of Heroes. It would make the game better. Their game, you know, not City of Heroes, but other games like World of Warcraft or Star Wars The Old Republic. Let's take a look at how, so the Nemesis Staff works like this. It's a range attack. Pretty nice. At this level, it's pretty nice. It doesn't really scale up. The Ghost Slaying Axe does that, and then the Sands of Mu steal the thunder of my best power, which is annoying, because they do, it's the exact same animation. And yes, by the way, guys, you know I love that animation. I could have gotten that on my other powers, on my other characters, right? But I don't want it on my Mastermind. Oh, watch out, we're going to get hit by a truck. I don't want it on my Mastermind, right? I wanted it on my Dark Melee character. It's what makes Dark Melee an awesome power set. So I don't know if I'm going to use these little extra powers that much. Alright, so the respawn on this is so fast. I mean, you can see how it's super building our fury, which is great, but the respawn on this is so fast that you really can't get out of here if you stand here and fight until nobody spawns. So I'm going to defeat this guy, and then we're going to go. And there we go. And now we're going to take off. Okay, so I want to go back to Mr. Hashibi. Oh, actually, we don't need to go back to Hashibi. Let's just stop off to the side here. Like, even here, as I don't know, you probably couldn't hear it, but even as you're running past this area, there are little bird chirps. They just did such a nice job with the ambiance in this game. It's just great. And there are bird chirps going again. When you run past, like, trees and wooded areas, you hear birds. It's just so well done. And, of course, you can hear the sirens of cars in the background, because some Hellions committing a crime somewhere else in the zone. We call Hashibi. He says, "Good work, Quintessence Lass. You've found information about something called the Ritual of Souls. That doesn't sound good at all. What worries me is exactly who gave this ritual to the Hellions." And so, finale, this is going to be the final story part of the story arc. It's going to level us up. Probably level up before we get to the story arc bonus, but you could see we got some experience just for finishing a mission. Right, so we got 35 experience for the mission and 27 experience for defeating individual guys. And that'll go up, of course, as we level. He says there's no time to lose, Quintessence Lass. We know where the Hellions are preparing the Ritual of Souls, and we need to stop it. There's one other thing I'd like you to look into. What is it? I'd like you to find out who gave them the ritual. We know somebody's helping them. We need to find out who. And so we select our mission, and we are going to get to level 4 in this episode, of course. So now we need to go upwards, and probably the easiest way to do that is to jump up onto this thing, which you would never, ever, 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 guys, ever want to do in real life. But we're superheroes, so real life doesn't apply to us. Real world physics don't apply to us. And there is a Hellion trying to rob somebody, so you are going to get beat up. So there, I probably should have waited for the guy to move in on me before I did the AoE so that I could hit them both, but it's not necessary to be that fine-tuned at this point. Notice that was doing 4 per shot. Now if we do the real attack, it's doing 6 per shot. Right, so it's a more powerful attack, and of course we can enhance it. I mean, it's cool that we can do it twice, but I kind of don't like that there's this other power that uses the animation that's like the coolest animation in the game, so that you don't actually have to be Dark Melee to use it. Are we stuck here on the load time? Nope, looks good. Okay, so now we have to beat up all these enemies. They're going to be 3rd level because this is a +0 mission, of course, to us with ×0 players. And we're not going to raise that yet because we're newbies. But these guys are going to immediately become easy as soon as we level up. So if we look at... where am I going here? If we look at our ID badge, it says we need 16 XP. We're getting 6 per minion, so after 3 minions or so, we're going to level up. Maybe more than that, because those were green cons. We'll get more than that. So maybe 2 minions. And it's like, as a brute, I'm like, yeah, shoot me. The more you shoot me, the greater the chance that my rage goes up, my fury. And now everything's going to be blue cons. It'll be super easy. And as they tick me off, they're just going to get even hurt faster. I do like the brute mechanic. It's quite nice. The only issue with it is, you know, like early on, it's very tough because you still have to pull. And I missed that guy. Let's see if we can arrange this so Sansa Mew hits them both. There we go. I love that. Look at that. We took both guys out in one shot with a sort of generic low-level power, right? That's not even a real enhanced power. It's awesome. So one of the things with brutes is my normal approach of like pulling. We're going to have to do that at low level until we get our defenses in. And I don't have to pull this guy because he's just a lieutenant. We're going to have to do some pulling, like against Vajalox and stuff, and there's just no choice about that. And that does make it hard because you can't build up fury. But we kick this guy's butt, and now we talk to the computer. Is there anyone there? Hello, my name is Quintessence Lass. I love that name. Quintessence Lass. Oh, it's so good to hear someone else. My name is Dana Hashaby. Matthew's wife? Matthew, is he safe? He got out of Galaxy City. Hold on. Let me get him into the communication. So we get our communicator out, and we listen as he and his wife talk. He says, Dana, you're alive? And she says, I don't have much time to talk. I'm being held prisoner by Arachnos. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to turn my defenses on. Let's turn those on. He says, what? I'm coming to get you. And she's going to say, no, don't do that. Quintessence Lass, you need to hear this. Arachnos captured survivors of Galaxy City, and they're funding the gangs of Atlas Park. You need to stop them or else. Bam, bam. So we hear guns. Matthew, there she is. Take her back in. So they caught her back. And Dana, we're going to find you. I promise. So now we're going to have to rescue Dana from Matthew, which is great, because we want to help him. We're superheroes, even when we forget to turn on our energy aura. So you can see, as we stand against the lighter background, is purple and black, right? This is, I guess, kind of how I picture dark energy looking, right? So this is why I chose the energy aura for her as a defense, because I just think it fits so perfectly the idea of dark matter and dark energy. Really dark energy, not dark matter. All right, so we call him, and he says, well, we saved the day, Quintessence Lass, and those people you saved will be safe. And the Hellions' plan is stopped. I just wish there was some answer for my wife, and we knew where she was. And she's alive. It's not too late to save her. And we get half a level. Oh, my gosh. And we got our first reward merits. It's actually not true. We had merit rewards already. Where are we? In special. We have 20 of them because some of them came in under the reward tiers. So I haven't actually, if we look at our Paragon rewards, I haven't actually taken this remaining token. The reason I haven't is because I already have an unbelievable amount of crap in my character item email, all this stuff, and we're just going to get more, and I don't want to deal with it, and we can't really use any of it yet. Reward merits don't do us any good till we have hundreds of them, because they'll allow us to get special archetype origin enhancers. I actually have a couple of brute archetype origin enhancers that Nightmare Lass has in her base that I will email to this character eventually, but I'm not going to do it now because then she's got to keep it in her inventory and it's just going to clutter it up. Speaking of that, we can put some endurance reducers on our power here. I don't know how worth it is. There's still like -2 to our level, but it's fine for now. We're going to need to get a base for this character. That can't happen until level 10, and then we're going to need to put some salvage and enhancement storages in there. That's going to take a long time. Once we have that, then I can start transferring stuff from Nightmare Lass to this character. But right now, it doesn't work to do that because I would have to hold it in my inventory, and although there's plenty of room in the inventory, I don't want to deal with it. And she can't use it anyway, because you have to be 10th level before you can start slotting in the archetype origin enhancers, and there's no point to slotting them in until you have 6 slots, which we're going to do on Shadowmarl fairly quickly. It needs to be 6 slotted, and we need to be 10th level before we can put any of those in there. So there's no point to doing that in probably until like 16th level or whatever when we have the slots. So there is a badge to earn right here, I believe. Yep. Let me zoom in here so you can see it. There's a badge right in front of this guy. So if we look at our badges, we got the Hero Core Insider, Kel and Legacy of the Earth. The Legacy chain respects us. I don't know where we got that from. Diligent, Unshakable. Tenacious, Loyal. So this is all how long you've been subscribing to the game. They just give all of those to you. We have 25 badges from that. Rookie, I guess, is how we start. Tempered Through Fire. So some of these must be things that once you get them, they're unlocked account-wide or hero-wide, so, you know, blue side-wide or whatever. Don't really know. But before we talk to Matthew, let's go and sell our remaining enhancements to the field trainer. And I really like their costumes, the longbow. It's not exactly the longbow, but it's kind of the scheme of the longbow. I think they look really cool with the stars and everything, the red and white. They're neat. And I like Ms. Liberty. She's very cool. Level up. And now we have the ability to choose pool powers, which we can do, but I think I want to get this passive defense, right? So this provides us, so our regular one, if we look, provides us with 12% defense to smashing and lethal, 1%, 2% to energy, and 8% defense resistance to defense debuffs. Dampening Field will give us resistance to smashing and lethal, 25% recovery rate, and plus 25% resistance to endurance. So this is resistance to healing, regeneration, and endurance recovery. And we get some resistance to energy damage. So it gives us some resistance, which is nice. And so that's a passive. This way we don't have to pay for endurance. You don't have to turn it on. It just runs all the time. And now we can talk to Matthew, who says, one of the people who needs your help is Officer Fields, a rookie cop from Galaxy City. You only have to help one of them out. So Officer Fields or Sandra Costell. I don't remember which one I did last time. Let's do Sandra. Sure. When I get more information about Arachnos, I'll let you know. Well, we're going to probably find out about Arachnos as we do this because the Arachnos guys are actually over here. So I think we're going to do a couple of missions over here. These tutorials are designed to take you all over Atlas Park and teach you different places to go. That's the way, you know, tutorials work. So obviously we're in a tutorial right now. Wentworth's is over here. This is the auction house. I don't think, yeah, we don't need to go to Wentworth's anymore. We can type AH because that's a veteran reward that I already got. In fact, the old way that you used to do, like swapping, you couldn't mail enhancements to people and you couldn't mail them to each other. You could mail them to yourself. You could mail, I think you could mail them to each other, but you couldn't mail things to yourself. The old way people used to do it is, or like to transfer influence to themselves, is you'd put like some crappy level 1 training enhancement on the auction house with your low-level character. Like this character, she'd go into the auction house and she'd put up, I don't know, accuracy level 1 for a really high amount. I'm not sure how you would work this out, but you'd put it up for a really high amount, and then you'd log in with your other character and you'd buy it. And you had to do this, like, you might have to do this a few times because you need influence to put up stuff for influence. It costs you like 1% or something fee. So you'd only, you know, we only have what do we have now? 1,000, 1,500 influence. So you'd put up something for 20,000 influence, right? That would cost you 1,000 to post it, and then you'd log in with your other character and buy it for 20,000. Nobody in their right mind is going to buy a bid for a level 1 accuracy enhancement on the auction house. They know what you're doing, so they're not going to buy it. You log in with your character, you buy it, you get the 20,000. Now you can put the next level 1 thing up, or level 2, for like 100,000. Log back in with the other character, buy that. Now you can put the next one up for like 2 million. Log in with the other character, buy that, and now your low-level character has 2 million influence. We don't have to do that anymore. I can just log in as Tiger Strike or Nightmare Lass and email this character. You know, one of them has 60 million, I think, or 50 million. The other one has like 90. This character tomorrow could have 150 million influence. I'm not going to do that because there's really no point at this level. But when we get into the point of being able to make DOs and use DOs, I will go ahead and send us like 1 million, and that'll get us jump started. We don't need that right now. So she says, Quintessence Lass, right? Matthew Hashaby told me that you're here to help out. My name's Sandra Castell. I'm one of the survivors of Galaxy City. I was a doctor in the hospital back then, but now I'm doing my best to try and bring the people of Hyperion Way back together. It isn't easy, though. There's a lot of resistance here. Something bad is happening, Quintessence Lass. Someone's trying to turn people against each other. So you ask her what's going on, and she says, we have a lot of refugees from Galaxy being housed here. The government has been sending food supplies to them, but someone has been stealing the food supplies. Well, that's not nice. What's worse is that they're not angry about the thieves. They're angry at the people trying to help them, saying they should be doing more. The people of Hyperion Way need to believe that there are people out there who can help them, and I think you and I can do just that. All right, let's get started. So part 1, she says, there's a protest going on nearby, led by a hero named Ice Drone. He's also from Hyperion Way, and he's trying to make a stand against how the government is handling the food supply situation. He's using his role as a hero to incite the people, but the government is doing everything they can. Sure they are. Someone is stealing all the food supplies being sent to the refugees. Between that and containing the situation in Galaxy and all the other normal superpowered crime going on in Paragon City, everyone's stretched thin. Please, Quintessence Lass, you have to try and talk to Ice Drone. Alright, I'll do my best. She says, thanks. In the meantime, I'll see what's going on and see what I can do about getting spare medical supplies that I brought over to the rest of the areas. To one of the rest areas. It shouldn't be too hard. I'm staying in one myself. I grew up here in Hyperion, but I lived in Galaxy. Alright. So we're going to see if we can calm down Ice Drone. Oh, look at this. That is probably too powerful for me right now. One thing I think that I'm probably going to do with this character. So you have to look at the powers here. We have this energy cloak, which gives us stealth, so that might be enough, but I might go stealth to take invisibility, just so that I can zip through missions when I don't want to do them. We'll see. Works for this character. I mean, I could see a dark energy, like if she turns herself into dark energy, you can't see it, and she'd be invisible. Okay. He says, you're Quintessence Lass, right? Great to have you here. Grab a sign, and help us tell the government that we'll have no more of these blatant mishandling of the situation. I say, don't you have superpowers? You can help me track down who's stealing the food supplies. He says, huh. I could, but the people in charge need to get their act together. Galaxy's gone because they didn't have the proper procedures in place. Now supplies for refugees are going away again because the government can't get their act together. Heroes can't just swoop in and make it right. The government needs to take some responsibility. So I understand your frustration, but we all need to work together, or you have the power to do something about this. What kind of a hero are you? Just say, we all need to work together to make this right. He says, if you say work together, all I've seen is us doing all the work. I'm staying here with these people. If you want to help, you can go fight the Skulls. All right, I'll go fight the Skulls. Now, this is sort of interesting because the Skulls didn't used to be active in Atlas Park. I mean, I know this is all... This was this way with my other characters, too. But just as a note on the history of the game, the Skulls used to be active in King's Row. And the Hellions were in Atlas Park. And then Paris Park originally was between them on the map. And then they moved things around when Galaxy City, if you look at the city map, right, we're in Atlas Park. Oh, who's attacking me? So we're in Atlas Park here. There's Paris Park. And King's Row was supposed to be over here. Instead, it's down here. And so the idea was, if you look at the map of Paris Park and the way it's arranged, there are skulls on this side, and there are Hellions on this side. And the idea was they were fighting for territory in that area. Instead, what happened when the game was live is you had Hellions on both sides, and you had Hellions here and skulls here, which didn't really make a lot of sense kind of narratively, because they had changed the layout because of needing a second zone for the heroes to start in. And they kept the Hellions as the bad guys. Because the skulls are really supposed to be more like level 5 to 10 enemies rather than level 1 enemies. But they've obviously changed this all around since. And that was dumb. It's going to take me a while to get used to lining this up. So that the idea is you got to line it up so that they both take damage from it. And I see I didn't line it up right again. It can be a bit twitchy and finessey, whatever you want to call it. And it's going to take me a while to get used to it. So this is doing 3-4. Now if we do the big one, right, it's doing 6-7. So you can see how it's doing a little more because of the Fury buildup, but it is a better attack than Sands of Mu. I still don't like that Sands of Mu gets my special animation. Okay, so this is one of these. They're spawning so fast that you can't like actually get rid of them before before the next guy shows up. So we're gonna have to just move on. Yeah, we're gonna have to move on because there's no way. All right, so so we're just doing a defeat multiple, so that's fine. And knockdown, my favorite thing. Definitely gonna want Mez defense the second it is available. Notice how we're building up some good fury. We're doing 6-8 now on every blow. And we got a clue. So we're going to need to take off and get out of here, because they're going to just keep respawning. And go back to Sandra. Wow, was there a purple guy? I thought I saw... no, I guess not. I'm just seeing the purple of my... interface. So Sandra's over there, but I'm trying to go around because we're babies. We're a baby hero. We're just a 4-year-old, essentially. We haven't even hit puberty yet, heroically. So we need to try to avoid all of these guys if we can. Hard to do at this level in this particular spot. Oh boy, Redcons. No, no, no. Run away from them. Yeah, 4th level, I'm not taking on Redcons. Higher level, yes. 4th level, no. Red Lieutenant, no problem when we're like even 10th, 12th level probably, but right now, no. Can't believe this. The Skulls are trying to act like they're out to help everyone. Quintessence Last. These guys are nothing but death-worshipping drug dealers. I don't know who they think they're trying to fool, but we aren't going to let them get away with it. I'll even help you take them on. I'll personally drag each of them over to the Zig if they think they can take advantage of Hyperion Way. Sorry, things like this make me so angry. Ice Drone, using the people for his agenda against the government. The Skulls, using the people for who knows what. We need to do something about this. Part 2. Laying down your burdens, Part 2. Something isn't right with the Skulls, Quintessence Lass, but it is starting to make sense. Let me explain. Some of the people I've treated have said that they've been hearing of another way around all this, that someone else is willing to take care of them. I also haven't seen these same people in a few days. I don't think it's a coincidence in the least. They've probably gone off and joined the Skulls, but as much as I want to hate them, I can't. They're being used. So, what are we going to do? She says, I don't think it's a coincidence either that the food supplies are going missing in all of this. I know it sounds jaded, but I think either the Skulls or Ice Drone are behind this. I really don't want to believe that Ice Drone would put his own political agenda ahead of the needs of the people. I've heard people saying the Skulls have been directing possible candidates to a park nearby, and so go and check it out. And I do think that this may have been what my other brute did, but I wasn't narrating it because that was a speed run. So I don't think I was paying a lot of attention to the actual content of the missions, because it was a speed run. Ah, the beauty of Atlas Park. I love it. Okay, so there are, look through 3 more areas for the Skulls instructions. So there's 1. Orange minions. It's a bit rough. I mean, I guess we take some inspirations. We can do it. With 25 defense, we should be alright. Yeah. Not if we miss. And that's a runner. He'll come back eventually. They're not worth chasing. They're a pain in the neck, and they're almost impossible to catch at this level. Maybe with sprint on we can. But you need some sort of like boosted sprint or whatever to get him. And you can see he's so far away we can't even target him. There he is. You see? He's running over there. Probably the single biggest complaint that players had early on in the game was runners. The biggest problem, it's not so bad, a case like that where he runs away, who cares, right? Whatever. And we've leveled up. But what would happen is they'd say, go save 8 people from being mugged. And there'd be 2 guys mugging, and you'd attack one, the other one would run. And you wouldn't get credit for stopping the mugging, even though you'd actually stopped it, because you hadn't defeated the runner, right? And so you'd have to wait for him to come back or chase him around. It was really annoying, and a lot of people did not like that. And they eventually, I think they eventually changed some of it, but some of the guys on the street still run. It doesn't do them any good once you have movement powers, and they don't really bother to run once you have movement powers because they're not going to be able to get away from super jump or flight. Alright, so Deborah Rosenfield says, "A hero, what are you doing here? Wait, you found my note? You're not seriously kidding joining the Skulls, are you?" "No, I'm trying to get to the bottom of all this." "Oh, whew. Well, this is perfect. I'm trying to do the same. I think it's actually going to work out much better than I thought. I was going to convince whoever came here to get me the information from inside that building, but with you here, I have a better idea." "What is it?" She says, "I've got a small camera hidden in my jacket. I'd like for you to monitor me while I go inside the building to get some answers. If they start to get suspicious, come in after me. I'm counting on you." All right, be careful in there. So go inside the building and monitor her, and it's almost 100% that she is going to get into trouble. And again, with the sounds, there's a sound of crows as I walk past here. And there goes another runner. We're not going to wait for him because we're going inside the mission. We're level 5 already, so we need to go level up. But first, we got the camera. I guess, am I her now? So we have to confront the leader of the Skulls. And this is going to be a betrayal, probably. A Bone Daddy, oh boy. "I recognize you. You're that reporter from the Paragon Times. What are you doing here? I saw your recruitment flyers. I'm interested in joining with all of you." "Oh, so you see the family the Skulls has, do you? Word must be spreading if we can even convince a high and mighty reporter to join us. That, or things are even worse with the rich people here in Paragon. So how can you provide from us? Are you robbing grocery stores for food?" "Grocery stores? No, that's small time, lady. Now I'm not going to blab on about what our secrets are. Let's just say the Skulls have a bountiful supply of food and water that we just happen to find. If you help us out more, you can start spreading the word to people in Hyperion who are trying to kick us out. I'll see what I can do." Okay, get out of the office complex. So I guess she didn't get beat up. So this is just us watching what she was doing from her hidden cam. So we got a clue. The runner never came back. Talk to Sandra. And she says, you know, I never liked reporters until today. Deborah Rosenfield's great. I'm relieved to know that it was the Skulls who were stealing the supplies and not Ice Throne. I think we're almost through this, Quintessence Lass. We just need to remember that there is a reason for all this, and that it's somehow for us. What? We just need to remember that there is a reason for all this, that it's somehow for us, right? That's what I learned in the Galaxy incident. Cygnus Hospital, where I worked, was one of the first places to be hit by the meteor. I would have been in there if it wasn't for the fact that I had to take a walk to calm down after I lost one of my patients. If that didn't happen, I wouldn't be here today. That's what I try to remember whenever horrible things happen, that there has to be a way that this is for us, even if we can't see it. I guess she means for us to do. The finale. It's time to put my whole "this is for a good reason" to the test. One of my friends just texted me that the Skulls are openly attacking people in Hyperion Way. It seems a group of people were trying to get together to warn everyone about the Skulls. They said Deborah Rosenfield was trying to get the word out about what they were doing. People of Hyperion Way need a hero, and we're going to be that hero. So I knew you'd say that, Quintessence Lass. Maybe, you know, maybe this is why all this is happening. Hyperion Way has always been a jaded place. They were the hardest hit during the Hollowing. I guess when the Hollows was made, when the nearby neighborhood of Eastgate was devastated. We had to pick ourselves up and recover. Yeah, maybe we should do the Hollows with this character. I started doing that line of stuff with Liberty Lass, and I never finished it because it was on the Homecoming servers. Alright, so we're going to stop the skull attacks. Why does this keep turning off? This is a toggle, right? It's a toggle, so I don't know. Maybe I'm getting stunned, but it shouldn't turn it off. I don't think. I mean, that's what it used to do when you got stunned. Okay, we're not going to go level up because we're going to do this first. It's right here. Yeah, I don't remember turning this off. I turned it on earlier. I don't remember turning it off. How are we doing on time? Wow, we're at 37. Man, I'm just like enjoying this so much that time is just flying by. We'll do this mission. It should be quick. And then we will... yeah, we're going to help these people against the skull. So we'll do this mission. It should be pretty quick. And then we will level up, and we'll be done with this episode. Let's see if I can position this. There we go. Ah, we missed one. Got the other one. I absolutely am loving being a melee combat character again. Wow, 2 misses. No, 1 miss. Okay. And I apologize if you can hear noise outside. It's a Monday and a holiday, so nobody should be like doing lawn mowing and stuff, but somebody is. I don't know what they're doing out there. So we saved 3 people. This will be number 4. Let's Nemesis staff this guy. So I feel like she should have that. She could potentially have that because the Nemesis did invade her lab and maybe they left a staff behind or something. So conceptually she could have found it. 1 more person to save. The respawn rates in here are a little silly. And it's definitely immersion breaking because they respawn so fast. And that gets us a clue. So now we're going to put a stop to this. I'm going to let them aggro to me because they'll just go back after I disappear. Keeping an eye on this toggle, trying to make sure it's running right. I don't know why. I don't remember turning it off. And I don't think we didn't run out of endurance. So I'm not sure why it disappeared. You know, why it stopped. And I don't think we were mezzed, other than knockdown. Alright, so we got some inspirations here. We've got to keep track of this. We can use that. And find the supplies and take out any skulls guarding them. Okay. This ice drone helping me? You can do whatever you want, buddy. I'm going to move on and ignore you. I'm a brute. I don't need any help. It may be that like a low-level you know, blaster or somebody might need help from this guy, but as a brute, no, I don't need any help. So in terms of upcoming powers, because we're going to be level 6 in no time flat, planning to get combat jumping, and then probably, I'm not sure, something at 8, level 10 should be our, I think, our Mez defense. I'm not sure when it comes in with this power set. At that point, and look, she ran through the cone as I started pitching it, so she took the damage. When we, somewhere around 10 or 12, we'll get our super jump, perhaps. Could potentially get it at 8, depending on what other attack powers and such are available. And, well, I don't know, we'll just see. We do want to get in a close attack chain as quickly as possible on this character. It's a higher priority for a brute than a scrapper, even though you need a close attack chain for a scrapper. There's a lieutenant to fight. Oh, we need to make sure we put bosses in these missions. I gotta deal with the difficulty. I don't think you can do anything about the difficulty until your 10th level. I'm not sure if it, you know, the first guy you meet to do it is in Seal Canyon, and I'm not sure. We got some salvage. That's cool. Catch the Skull Leader. I'm not sure if you can change the difficulty setting before that. I don't know. Because it's, so what's going on here? Oh, we gotta go through the doors. I thought we were gonna stop him from getting out the doors, but we actually have to come in here. I see. I have been in here before. I know I've done this at least once before. In any case, with a brute, having a closed attack chain is a higher priority because you want to build fury, right? Scrappers need it, of course. Everybody does. You always want a closed attack chain whenever you can get one. But, and again, look at the atmosphere in here. This looks fantastic. They did such a nice job on the visuals of this game. For a game that was made so long ago, this is amazing. This looks so good. Like with the steam and stuff. And it's not doing anything to harm performance. They did a really nice job with it. Oh man, look at all the enhancements we got. Let's see. We can up the recharge on this. And we can up the endurance reduction on this. And I think we can leave the rest of it alone. We may be doing some fear buffing on this character. Okay, so what happens here? Is there a way? Oh, you have to jump up this, I think. This is like a little puzzle. And there he is, and he is also lieutenant. Yeah, so We definitely want to fight bosses. There's no question about that. But you can't adjust it down at the bottom like you can in Homecoming. So I'm not sure if you can set it to do that before 10th level. Head back out to Atlas. I think this may be the way out. Looks good. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a mission. Somebody let me know in the comments. Well, I guess don't bother. By the time you see this, I'll be 10th level, I think. But you can go ahead and write in the comments. And I don't know if there's a guy in Atlas Park that changes the difficulty. Let's talk to Sandra. We're going to get a whole bunch of experience. And we leveled up again, so we're going to gain 2 levels in a row. Quintessence Slash, you did it. The officials from the government are distributing the supplies, etc., etc. Be introduced to a new contact. And we're now introduced to Aaron Theory. He's going to, I think, help us find Matthew's wife. So let's talk to him since he's right here. Hello, Quintessence Lass. I'm Aaron Theory. I'm a scientist. The illustrious group known as Seraph. Yes, I wish I'd gotten the regular Seraph missions. Hashby informed me of your work. So, the Tide. Hashby informed me that Rachnos has been trying to destabilize the area in Atlas. I've been keeping my eye on peculiar events. I believe I know how we may be able to prevent Atlas from attaining its goal of total dominion over Atlas Park. This doesn't make any sense to me. Atlas Park is in the middle of Paragon City, right? It's a big city. Atlas Park is in the middle of it. This whole area is Paragon City. How could Arachnos take over Atlas Park? That doesn't make any sense logically. Yeah, we got to go to Argosy International and deal with them over there. But we're going to do that in another episode because what we want to do today, and we're over here actually, is Back Alley Brawler down here to give us... I feel like Back Alley Brawler is here to level you up. Let's see if we can find him. I thought he was around here. But maybe that's only on Homecoming. They might have put him in here so that you didn't have to run all the way back. So I thought he was like in here. Like over there or something. But he's clearly not listed here, so we're going to have to go back to Ms. Liberty. And then we will stop for the day, guys. I think I've been having a lot of fun. So one of the problems with this is it's very hard to get back to the higher area. And I can't remember how you do that. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, you got to go up because we're down at the bottom. And you gotta have to follow the roads. And yeah, it thinks we're in the middle of the mission. We gotta defeat 15 Arachnos. I'm not doing that right now. I'm just trying to get out of this area. Again, don't try that at home. Yeah, we're not doing this mission, so it can shut up. I'm just trying to head over to Ms. Liberty. So yeah, that music is because it thinks I'm trying to do the mission that is to defeat multiple Arachnos, but we're not. I think it should go away when we come in here and the Atlas Park music starts, but maybe not. I don't know. Guess not. That's sort of annoying. I really don't like these newer missions. I wish the old arcs were available. And I wish you could go into old Atlas Park where there weren't a bunch of Arachnos over there beating up this area. This used to just be Hellions and Clockworks. Train up. So we're going to train up twice. First we get slots. We're going to get one in Kinetic Shield and one in Shadow Maul. And then we get a new power. And we're going to get... Go away. Go away. I'm not doing Twin Shot. We go... And get... Combat Jumping! Excellent. Love that power. So now we can jump a lot farther. Wow, this seems so short because I'm so used to the high-level boosted combat jumping that I had with Silver Phoenix. Alright, folks. I think that's enough. We've done a good job. Actually, one more little thing, and we'll end the day inside of the City Hall. We're going to head in here, and in the City Hall, there are a couple of badges, so I'll show you where those are. I've shown them on my Stalker as well, and I think on my Scrapper, but there's a badge right here. And then if we go down this way, I think it's in Data. There's a badge here, right there. And I think there might be one in, is it Seraph? No, I thought there was one more back here. There's nothing in Gift. Magi, no. Elite, perhaps? No. So those are the only badges in here, I guess. I could have sworn there was one more, but I might be wrong. There's also one at the top of Atlas's statue, but we can't get there until we have Super Jump. So we're going to stop here, guys. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been City of Heroes on the Rebirth server.